Welcome, Whovians. Welcome to our very special show. Here we are, June 15th. We're coming to you at an earlier time with a very special broadcast.
Yes, we are. We passed 100 likes this week.
Absolutely. Thank you very much to all our fans that have helped us get to where we almost want to be.
Almost, yeah, we almost want to be there.
I mean, we're glad we're here. You know, we can't get to where we want to be without being here.
Yeah, we can't get there unless we're here first.
Oh, but we're here now.
Yes.
We're here. Can we get there?
We can get there.
They'll help us get there.
Yes, they will.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Lucas.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. We got a lot of great things planned for you.
Yes, we are the Bost-Whovians. We're here to talk about our favorite Gallifreyan Time Lord.
And as everybody knows, it's off the air right now.
Yeah, it's
so
terrible.
What did we do this week?
Well, what we have to do is we have to go back to the beginning. We have to watch the shows that we know of. And it's been great because we get to go back and see Chris Eccleston and see what he did as the Doctor from the first season in 2005.
What am I thinking of? That we have to go back to before the beginning. What was that from? Do you remember?
No.
I can't remember either.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You said we're going back to the beginning, and then I thought of before the beginning. And I can't remember what it was from. I think it was like a cartoon or something. I bet my daughter would remember.
I would love to be a cartoon.
You are a cartoon. You're very animated.
Maybe I am a cartoon. So what we decided to do, fans, speaking of that, we want to say thank you to a young lady by the name of Tiffany. And I'm sorry, I don't remember your last name, but I met her on the job. I was at her house helping to do an installation for her cable.
Excellent.
And she got to talking about how she likes British stuff. I was like, really?
Whoa.
What do you know about British stuff?
Oh, that was like a big red flag right there.
Exactly.
Excellent.
She said she would love to have a British accent because she made a comment about my Boston accent, which most people do. I was told the other day someone thought I was Australian.
I've been told that before too. It's hilarious.
Australia? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
I wonder what they're thinking, but
Right.
well.
So anyway, so she mentioned she's into British stuff, and I said, really? Like what? And she mentioned some show that I'd never heard of. And then she says Doctor Who. I said,
oh,
really?
There you go.
So I went and gave her a high five, told her about the show, and within a matter of minutes, she went onto our page, she liked us, which knocked us over 100 likes.
Nice. I had similar experiences. Each week go to pick up some beer or stuff to make a TARDIS. And
love the TARDIS.
Ran into this nice girl at the liquor store, Kayla. And
liquor store girl, that's what you call her.
Right, I call liquor store girl because I didn't know if you know her name.
I do now.
Okay,
all right,
now you know. It's Kayla, right. So I hadn't seen her in a while. I went in to get some beer yesterday, and she was just like, yeah, listen to your show.
Nice. I love when people listen to the show.
And it's great. I love that. It's just thank you so much, people. I mean, we're doing something that we love to do, talking about something that we love, but we're nothing without listeners.
Yeah, we're nothing without everybody who's listening in, especially those listening in right now.
Yeah. A lot of people are listening live. That's great.
Yeah. And for those of you who can't,
especially in the early
this.
time.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Our fans are definitely dedicated. That's why we're international.
That's right. We're in New Zealand.
Oh.
We're in the...
that's Lord of the Rings territory.
We're in the United Kingdom, the epic center, the place where the Doctor originated.
So can we do a Friends quote?
London, baby! London, baby!
Love
Great
Joey.
stuff. So basically what we want to do, since we're in between seasons and we have so much time to wait.
5 months. That's gonna be
We have
forever.
so much time to wait for the 50th anniversary special. What we're going to do is each week we're going to talk a little bit about each individual episode. And we did that from the beginning when we first started the show a few months back. And, well, we were told we were boring.
Well, I think we were giving too much. We were doing almost like a play-by-play.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And
that's not going to work.
Again, we were learning. We're new at this. This is not our second, third, eighth time doing this. So we love having that critiquing. Give us good or bad. Let us know what we're doing, what we need to do, whether you love us or hate us. We want to know because we want to be better for you. So we made some changes, and now as we revisit some older episodes, hopefully it'll come out a little better. So we watched The Unquiet Dead this week.
That episode is creepy.
That was beyond creepy. The eyes, the blue faces, I mean, it was...
The people coming back from the dead.
Or so we thought.
Well, that's what we thought. That's what it was made out to be from the beginning.
But as we all know...
It's aliens.
It's always aliens.
A gaseous alien. Boy, that just sounds flatulent.
No, that's the Slitheen.
That is the Slitheen. That's another episode.
Right. They're gaseous in a whole other way.
That's true.
These are actually beings made of different types of air.
Right.
Ethereal air? Ethereal?
Ether?
Ether?
Some sort of toxic chemical that... Either way, we're going to have some clips playing. And what's the first clip that you wanted to play from this?
Well, this is a great episode because not only do we go back to Cardiff, but the Doctor gets to meet someone. Charles Dickens. So here's a clip that we've got from Charles Dickens as they're going to investigate what is happening with the dead.
I'm sorry, sir, we're closed.
Nonsense. It's when an undertaker keeps office hours. The dead don't die on schedule. I demand to see your master.
He's not in, sir.
Like to me, child! Summon him at once.
I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Dickens, but the master's indisposed.
Having trouble with your gas?
What Shakespeare is going on?
Oh, that's some good stuff.
What in Shakespeare is going on?
Yes,
I love
what
that's
in
a great.
Shakespeare?
And as we know, we're going to meet Shakespeare eventually in the universe.
Because he does appear again.
But talking about appearing again,
that's what we really want to get into in this episode.
Who was that answering the door?
You tell me.
The lady's name was Gwyneth in the episode.
Right,
but
and she appeared again.
Right. She's appeared in another Doctor Who episode as her character from the show Torchwood, which is a spin-off of Doctor Who.
And it's an anagram of Doctor Who.
Yes, it is.
Not that makes any difference.
Well, it does.
How?
It's wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey letters.
I like wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, I don't know if it's timey-wimey. But it's definitely wibbly wobbly when you throw the letters all around.
Yes, no, definitely.
Cool.
All right.
So that was Gwen Cooper.
Gwen Cooper.
From Torchwood.
Any relation to Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years?
The Wonder Years. I don't think so.
Oh, it's just a shot in the dark.
I loved that show.
Just a stab in the dark. That's all that is.
That was a great show.
Okay.
So how can we use the same person to play Gwyneth and then also be Gwen Cooper?
Well,
are we doing like what happened with Clara?
Is
this the same person? Is she fractured? Are we doing what happened with Martha when they used her cousin? They wrote it off that way?
Martha's wonderful.
Well, here's how. Our next clip takes us to The Journey's End. The episode.
That's right.
Now we're talking about 10, where 10 teams up with a lot of his old companions.
He said it. He said it. It's
I'm
not
sorry.
just companions. He said companions.
Companions.
That's great.
Sorry, that was the alcohol talking. He meets up with a lot of his companions, and lo and behold, he comes across on the screen Gwen Cooper, and he wants to know what's going on. So let's check out this next clip.
All right.
I'm on it. Torchwood Hub, this is the Doctor. Are you receiving me?
Loud and clear. It's Jack there.
Can't get rid of him. Jack, what's her name?
Gwen Cooper.
Tell me, Gwen Cooper, are you
From an old Cardiff family. Yes, all the way back to the 1800s.
I thought so. Spatial genetic multiplicity, yeah. It's a funny old world.
Alrighty then.
Oh, yes, some kind of spatial something multiplicity.
Multiplicity. That was an interesting movie.
Yes, it was. That was a funny movie.
It was a rather funny movie.
That was quite.
All right, look, we don't need to get too off the topic.
It was not
now.
that sort of multiplicity.
No.
But so are they related? No. It was this time rift that changed things and gave them some sort of similar look along the way.
Similar. They looked exactly the same.
Well, they were wearing different clothes.
Well.
Yes, they're both played by Eve Miles, is it? I think
I don't know what her name is. Does it really matter?
What kind of research do you do?
I don't know. Does it matter what kind of research I do? I'm here to laugh and to make people feel good. Because I feel good.
Okay. You know who else felt good?
No.
The Doctor when he got to meet Charles Dickens, right? That's one of the great things. When you're dealing with time travel, you can meet people from the future. We don't really know who these people are, but from the past, when you get different people that get to interact with the Doctor gets to meet his heroes. And things, it took all the way till 9 for him to meet Charles Dickens? Really? But That's fine. Our next clip is during that carriage ride of when the Doctor gets to meet Dickens. He doesn't quite know that it's him at first. But let's check our next clip.
Come on, you're losing them.
Everything in order, Mr. Dickens?
No, it is not. What did he say? Let me see this first. I'm not without a sense of humour. Dickens? Yes. Charles Dickens? Yes. The Charles Dickens?
You better remove the gentleman, sir.
Charles Dickens, you're brilliant, you are. Completely 100% brilliant. I've read them all. Great Expectations, Oliver Twist, and what's the other one? The one with the ghost? Christmas Carol? No, the one with the trains. The Signalman, that's it. Terrifying. The best short story ever written. You're a genius.
You want me to get rid of him, sir?
No, I think he can stay. Honestly, Charles, can I call you Charles? I'm such a big fan. What? Big what? Fan. #1 fan, that's me.
#1 fan, that's me. That's what number 9, Chris Eccleston, says about Charles Dickens. So I thought that was a great introduction. He doesn't even know who he is. You know, he is the carriage driver. Introduced Dickens. Whoa, not like the Dickens. And the carriage driver keeps jumping in with, "Do you want me to remove him?" He reminded me of Strax a little bit.
Strax is awesome.
Certainly not Sontaran, but at all. But you know, just like, "Do you want me to get rid of that for you, sir?" Or grenades. I don't know. She might have said something else.
Listen here, boy, and it's a girl. He can't even tell the difference between sexes.
Not the one with the giant head.
That's hair, Strax.
Fine
hair.
But that's what this driver really reminded me of Strax, and I love Strax. I think he's a great comic addition to the show.
Yeah. I don't really
Oh,
care for the other two, but Strax is great.
I don't know. Jenny in a fight? Ooh.
Yeah, she did.
I
She
need
did
her
kick
around.
some tail.
Wow.
She really did.
That was fantastic. And I can't believe he stopped her from going on further in that fight. I mean,
that's something we've already discussed. We don't need to discuss it any further.
No, I'm sorry. It's those things. The problems that I have with the show are so few that they really stick with me for a while. I can't help it. So you've got Charles Dickens. You've got dead walking around the city. People are freaking out. I mean, even in one of his when he was doing his reading in the theater, he thought it was like some kind of special effect. He actually mentioned phantasmagoria, which Phantasmagoria. It is where when they're doing live shows, they had to come up with ways to do special effects. Phantasmagoria. I might be saying that slightly wrong. I'm going from memory. But what it involved was like shadows and lights and things like that to make it look like ghosts or monsters or things were actually there in the theater, to give the audience viewers a better feeling, enjoyment, maybe.
The feel, as you say.
The feel. It's not me. I didn't come up with the feel.
Well, maybe I'm just a unique person who's hidden away in some little room.
Oh, you're unique.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But I've never heard anybody use the word
right in the feels.
Right in the feels, the emotional part of the heart.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Or whatever. But anyways, so he mentions that because he thinks someone is playing some kind of prank, which is why he went to the house. Why he went, or funeral home, I guess. Why he goes to Sneed's funeral home to try and figure out what's going on. So, is that irony? That Dickens always wrote about ghosts, and now he's surrounded by ghosts? Oh, you know, someone else made that point.
Who?
That was Donna.
Yes, she did.
In The Unicorn and the Wasp.
Great.
I love that
episode. It's one of the actually the whole season 4 with David Tennant.
Despite Donna,
who is unbelievably skin curling, irritating.
Or especially because of Donna, if you like Donna.
What? No. The only thing, you know,
I almost spilled my drink.
Don't
like
spill
Donna.
your drink.
People
Do not
like
spill
Donna.
your drink. Yeah, it's mostly females who like Donna.
People think that Donna.
There's nothing wrong with females. We like females. I like Martha though.
I like Martha. I like Rose.
I like
Rose was good.
Martha was hot.
Martha was hot. Rose was cute, but that was it.
I didn't really think she was.
I'm not a really big thing for blondes myself, but
Donna.
Right.
Right.
Donna, a lot of people feel that she was the real and best true friend to the Doctor because she could tell him what to do and tell him off and not listen to every little thing he said, with the exception of stay right here, because none of them listen to that except for Clara.
Exactly. Well, our producer, Ace, is telling us it's because Donna was a normal, average woman. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. She sure screamed a lot. Is that normal and average for a woman?
I don't know. Women do scream. If you get them upset, they will scream.
You know your wife's going to listen to this later.
Probably so. And she'll probably scream at me anyway.
You choose your words very carefully. Choose them very carefully. When she listens to this, is she going to come back and, oh, so I scream and yell? I don't know. Maybe she's not that type of woman. I don't know.
Maybe so.
But I don't know. Is that normal? I don't know. But there was things I liked about Donna, but there was a lot of things I didn't. I just didn't like she seemed mad for no reason. I mean, if there's a reason to be mad, get mad. But I didn't see the reason.
Do you mean like the Sesame Street goat? Do you remember the Sesame Street goat?
Oh, yes.
You know, the one who got mad about nothing and was like, I get mad, I get mad, I get mad. It ain't bad to get mad.
Oh, my God. You're retarded. It ain't bad to get mad.
Yeah, the goat.
Feel mad.
You know.
Feel mad. Feel mad. Feel mad.
There it is.
If someone moves the hair on his chin, would a goat say nothing, stand there and grin? No, I get mad. I get mad. I get mad.
Oh, that is nostalgic right there. That's great stuff. We might need to go to another clip so Lucas can contain himself. The next clip is from The Unicorn and the Wasp. I've been trying to introduce it. It's where Donna, meeting Agatha Christie surrounded by murders, makes an interesting comment. Let's go to it.
Think about it. There's a murder, a mystery, and Agatha Christie.
No, happens to me all the time.
No, but isn't that a bit weird? Agatha Christie didn't walk around surrounded by murders. Not really. I mean, that's like meeting Charles Dickens and he's surrounded by ghosts at Christmas.
Well...
Oh, come on. It's not like we could drive across country and find Enid Blyton having tea with Noddy. Could we?
Oh,
Noddy's not real. Is he?
Here we go. Agatha Christie.
I love
about Donna talking about Charles Dickens.
Yeah, and I loved Tennant's response because she's like, all right, Agatha Christie wasn't really surrounded by murder. I mean, it's not like Charles Dickens was surrounded by ghosts on Christmas. What does he say? Well, it's like, you see, it sort of did happen like that. But then that does bring in interesting things, interesting comments, that he really was. Was he really? It's one of those things that I like about Doctor Who, because they can introduce fantastic and alien ideas to people and characters that we know in reality. Have you calmed down yet?
Oh, I'm still laughing at the goat.
At the goat? That was practically last week now.
Oh, it's really funny, though. That was really fun. You know I love laughing.
No.
I love to laugh.
Not you, Lucas.
Of
No.
course. That's what makes this so enjoyable, because we get to talk about everything Doctor Who related.
I get mad.
I don't know if we need to play that again.
Oh, man. Well.
Do you have any comments about ghosts? Will that calm you down?
All right. Enough with the humor. I've already did that. So,
okay. Good. Sorry,
all right, so
responding to messages and things. Because if you text me or message us during the show,
yes,
I respond. We don't take calls yet. No. I say yet because I hope we know we'll get there someday.
But we do have an email address. What is the email address?
I gotta have something to do with Bost-Whovians.
It's Bost-Whovians, BOST 8W BOSTWHOVIANS.
There goes Lucas
at
misspelling.
gmail.com. But you can also look us up on Facebook. Because if you look us up on Facebook, you won't find anybody else but us, known as the Bost-Whovians.
And of course, there is a hyphen.
Does that really matter? Because if you look up, you're going to find Bostonian Whovians. But
we're not them.
We're the Bost-Whovians. We are
Right.
unique. There is nobody else with our name.
If you put BOST hyphen, we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
And no one else.
Just like we're here.
Right.
And from here we went there.
Oh, man. That hurt. I'm sorry. I don't think I was ready for that. No. I wasn't ready for that at all.
But we already went there. So we went there from here, and we went from here to there.
But if we're there, then we're not here.
Oh, I want to be here.
We are here.
Okay, great.
Were we there, or are we there?
That's deep.
Is here and there the same place? Well, from perspective, yes.
You know, that was kind of like on Seinfeld when Kramer ended up at the intersection of First and First, and he said, "I must be at the nexus of the universe." Love Seinfeld. It's great.
Seinfeld's
stuff.
a great show. I got to watch a little bit of Seinfeld this week. I don't normally get to. I don't always end up spending a lot of time on DVR, but I got to watch a little Seinfeld this week. Always fun. Always enjoyable.
All right, we just got a message. It's a question. The question is, once you're there, does here become there, or do you never get there from here?
Well, it depends if you look behind you.
I don't want to look behind me. There might be a weeping angel back there.
If there's a weeping angel behind you, you want to look back there.
That's true. You don't want to blink.
If there's a silence, that's when you don't want to look behind you.
Oh, man, you forget.
Because they'll tell you to do crap, and you'll actually do it, and not even remember why.
Yep.
Although, wait. Now that 69 is there and we're here, if we saw one, we'd shoot one.
That's right. Because that's a whole other story we have to get into.
But what if that hasn't happened in our timeline yet? What year was it when they went back and did that? So maybe we're not there yet.
Oh, good grief. I'm confused now.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
That's why it's so great about Doctor Who. There isn't another show on television like it.
So here's something we don't always get to see. In, wait.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead. I meant wibbly wobbly. That's the next one, right? The wibbly wobbly about dying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Rose poses a question in this episode when they're about to die as to how can I die? It's 1869. I haven't been born yet. That can't be. She's wondering if that's going to open some rift or make some paradox.
Right.
Because of her dying before she's born. So from The Unquiet Dead is our next clip explaining on can you die before you were born?
That's 1869. How can I die now?
Time isn't a straight line. It can twist into any shape. You can be born in the 20th century and die in the 19th, and it's all my fault. I brought you here.
It's not your fault. I wanted to come.
What about me? I saw the fall of Troy, World War V. I pushed boxes at the Boston Tea Party. Now I'm going to die in a dungeon. In Cardiff.
I love the way that clip ends with he's so sarcastic about dying in Cardiff.
Yeah.
But I also love the fact that our doctor, went to our home. He says he was there for the Boston Tea Party.
He was there for the Tea Party. He pushed boxes.
Yes,
that's great.
It just feels great to know that.
So what do you think, Lucas?
You're really asking my thoughts right now after I've been all the hysterical laughter?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Was he talking about stuff that he's done in past regenerations or things that we have not seen between 8 and 9?
So that's a very strong possibility.
When Rose was first meeting him and she kept meeting up with, what was the guy's name? Clint? The guy who had all the information about the doctor and showed her the doctor's face.
Clive.
Okay, that was close. I had CL and I.
Yes, you did. That is great.
Pretty close.
Yes.
That's almost like the doctor on landing the TARDIS.
Huh?
No, he meant to land in 1860.
Well, that's
landed in 1869.
Well, it's not his own fault.
We'll get to that.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, so Clive.
So Clive had all these pictures, all these images of not past doctors.
No, it was of
Tennant.
Yeah,
is that what he?
No.
Sorry. Eccleston.
Yes, get it right.
Eccleston.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I get Tennant on the brain. So he has all these pictures of Eccleston. So what kind of time elapsed? How many adventures did he have before he met Rose? I think he's talking about some of those right there.
Okay.
That's it? Okay. Are you going to do anything but laugh this week?
Do I do anything else but laugh?
Yes, you do.
You've
done stuff before.
Such as?
I don't know. Sometimes you make me laugh.
Well, that's the goal. The goal is to make the show entertaining. I may not have as in-depth and insightful comments from your deep intellectual prefrontal cortex, but I like to laugh, and maybe you're looking around like...
Are you talking to someone else?
There's only two people in the room.
Deep intellectual?
You're a lot smarter than I am. You got to admit that.
I don't like to admit things like that.
Well, just the fact that you don't like admitting to it is kind of an admission to the truth.
No.
Well, I'm putting you there, buddy.
I say I don't like to do that. That just means I have done it before. It means that I don't want to do it again. Doesn't mean that I agree with it now.
All right.
I have no idea how smart you really are.
I don't think anybody does. I don't even... What, you think... So now you think I'm whining? Is that what it is?
Are you not whining?
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're kind of whiny.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Is that your stomach?
I don't know what that was. All right, so we've been talking about the Unquiet Dead, how it's a creep fest, and we've seen connections from, the fact that Charles Dickens appeared in that season, and there's the connection. That was the 6th season he appeared again in, right? In The Wedding of River Song? Is that right?
End of 5th or beginning of 6th.
It was somewhere. It was
somewhere. It is The Wedding of River Song.
But
but I can't remember if that's the last episode of the season.
Oh, I think it was. I think it was the last episode. Which means
that it's 5? Or is it 6?
It might have been 5. Either way.
He married River by the end of his first season?
Yeah. But it's so, in the twisted storyline. But it's a twisted storyline because River, of course, is traveling in the wrong direction. But again, that's a storyline. If we're trying to go from episode to episode each week, that's something for a future discussion.
It's from a future episode. We don't know everything. I'm sorry to burst that bubble on you. But yeah, he is in that episode. And I love it. I love when movies, when they can reuse characters from years gone by and still use the same actors and actresses. Right. I like that. It's not like the BBC, who apparently only has 12 actors.
And they
just reuse the same ones for the same things.
But, those actors really take off because David Tennant, the majority of people's favorite Doctor, just won an Emmy.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
But there's a lot of other things, like the kid who plays Merlin in the Merlin show on BBC. He was in the episode Midnight.
Oh, that kid. Okay, I didn't know who you're talking about.
The Downton Abbey. He was in the pirate episode.
The pirate?
The Black Spot.
Black
Spot.
Oh, you're talking about that guy.
The guy from Downton Abbey.
Well, you said Downton Abbey, so I'm thinking about Downton Abbey episodes, and then you said pirate, and I thought you meant pilot. Well, that's what you
thought I meant what I didn't say and not what I did say?
Yeah, wibbly wobbly.
Woman. What did you mean?
You're calling me a woman.
You read into what I did not say. That is supposed to be the best thing about Guy Time. You never have to answer that question of, well, what did you mean? I don't know. What did I say? What were the words that I used? Because that's probably what we mean, right?
Why not?
Sure. That was from a comedian. I forget which one.
Right, exactly.
But, yeah, just the differences between men and women.
There's a lot of differences. But women are great.
Some are really good, too.
Those differences are fantastic. Anyways, we don't want to get on to that subject. We need to focus on what we're going to talk about.
All right.
Beer.
Sure. You need another?
No, I think I'm good. But this one I liked. It's Tiger beer.
It's Tiger. I've never had Tiger before.
Tiger.
I'm all for trying new stuff.
And it says world acclaimed.
I've never heard of it, but
No, me neither.
It's
established in 1932. So it's strange to think that beer is that old. It's been around a while, and we've never seen it. We've never even heard of it. They don't even have commercials for it. That would be an awesome commercial.
Yeah, like a tiger roaring, kind of like the lions roaring at the beginning of movies. You know, you're going to have a tiger roaring, and people think it's going to be like a preview for a movie, and then it's
just about beer.
Now, is the tiger scaring you to drink the beer, or is the tiger drinking the beer? Is it like Tony the Tiger? Would Tony the Tiger, be eating the Frosted Flakes? Would this tiger be drinking the beer?
Tony the Tiger's got multiple contracts. He's got cereal, he does Frosted Flakes, and he does tiger beer.
It's great!
We are out of our mind.
Okay. So, let's think about inside the TARDIS, right?
Okay.
I think that's what our next clip is about. Inside the TARDIS, we have things that happen. There's a lot of episodes that touch on it. You might see a corridor here or there. You might hear about a swimming pool, like in the 11th hour. Oh, I was in the library. You said you were in the pool. Well, the pool was in the library.
Yeah, library.
So, but in this episode, we actually have Eccleston giving Rose directions in the TARDIS so that she can change her clothes, because she tries to walk out of the TARDIS in her current street.
Yeah, clothes. She'd be looked at really strange. Like when she met the Queen, and the Queen kept saying she was naked.
Yes. So there's not always, because the Doctor didn't really change much, but there's certain things you have to be ready for in your garments. So he tells her she cannot go outside like that. She needs to go change. But how is she going to get to wherever the wardrobe is or wherever they keeps his clothes? That's the next clip here. He gives her some directions.
Oh, yeah, where do you think you're going?
1860.
Go out there dressed like that. You'll start a riot, Barbarella. There's a wardrobe through there. First left, second right, third on the left. Go straight ahead, under the stairs, past the bins, fifth door on your left. Hurry up.
That is fantastic.
Did that make sense to you?
No, because the TARDIS is, what did he say? It's limitless. It's huge. There's no possible way of measuring how big it is.
Well, and here's something that I thought from that clip is that we know the console gets changed all the time. The control room changes a lot. Does the interior change? Now, we've seen where the TARDIS has changed the interior, like in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, where even the Doctor was held in this maze, could not get out. I think he used the word labyrinth. But he couldn't even get out, which means the TARDIS wasn't letting anything happen. No, a little too much, not too much, sorry. A little, not giving out any hints. Not even the Doctor was going to be able to get out of that. So, do you think that the interior changes? The corridors change?
Interesting.
Is the path to the wardrobe different each time?
It could
or
be.
Is it just the control room what we mainly see?
Well, he even has brought out a couple of times that, like, for example, when in the second regeneration that we've seen since the show started again back in 2005, when he confronted Amelia Pond at the age of, what was she, 12? And he was basically saying, you never know what's going to happen. It's still regenerating. He doesn't know what he's going to come up with when it comes to his own regeneration. And he doesn't know what the TARDIS is going to look like. So there's going to be a lot of changes that he's going to experience.
No. That's not always true, though, because he does have a share in the changing of it.
He does?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I forget which episode that is. I'll have to look that up.
All right.
But he does have a share in it.
Okay.
At least at times. The TARDIS can change anytime she wants to. But he can affect that in ways, too.
Yes.
So,
well, hey, real quick, we're just passing our halfway point of our show tonight, so we want to give a quick shout out to the people who, of course, we want to thank our fans for listening in. We want to express our appreciation for our host server. That's at asapcpu.com. You can go there for your server needs, as well as if you're interested in doing a show similar to ours, maybe a little bit less goofy or something more informative, or maybe you just want to do something musically inclined. Go to him, Mr. Parker. He can hook you up and put you online and give you a show to use. We also want to say thank you to TardisBlue.net. TardisBlue.net is 24-hour-a-day Doctor Who. Although occasionally they play other stuff. I think they're actually doing a Star Wars marathon right now.
I heard that too.
Yeah, but it's
But that was like a closed group type of thing.
Hefeweizen. Oh, it says UFO beer.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's UFO.
It's alien.
And by the way, did you notice what the color of both of these last labels?
TARDIS blue.
TARDIS blue.
TARDIS blue.
We try to keep a theme even in the alcoholic beverages we drink, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true.
That is dedication.
All right, so where are we going to next? We've already said thanks to the people, to our sponsors, and the 103 people that have liked our page, and of course the thousands listening across the globe.
We can go anywhere.
We can.
Anywhere in time and space. Oh, wait, sorry. No, we really can't.
No.
Well, we can if the episode is touched on it. Then we can go there.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So is that what you were wondering? Where we're going now? The next thing?
No, the next clip we want to discuss.
Oh, the next clip. So
Yeah.
you have to be a little more specific sometimes.
No, I like to be vague.
I think that's a woman thing again.
You keep calling me a woman. What's up with that?
No, I'm not calling you a woman. I'm saying it's woman-like.
Woman-esque. I like women.
If you will.
I like women.
I love women.
They're great.
Yes, they are.
They are truly great. Especially the one that I like most. She's wonderful. I'm just saying, she's wonderful.
I thought you were going to shout out a name.
She knows who she is.
Maybe everybody else doesn't.
Well, I don't want people coming after my woman. Anyways, so
okay.
The next clip. We talked about this episode. We've gone into how Rose complains that she's not going to die. And then
Right, so we dealt with some wibbly-wobbly, some timey-wimey.
Yeah.
It's possible you can die before you're born because time is not a straight line.
No.
So, Eccleston has no problem bringing that out too. Another thing I also remember from one of these clips that we played, Eccleston says brilliant. I'm pretty sure that is Tennant's line, and I don't know if I like him using it.
I think that's just finding something to not like. That's what it sounds like.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Alrighty
it
then.
is.
Alrighty
I
then.
don't like it, and I hope I never hear it from his lips again.
All right.
Well, maybe once or twice would be okay.
Okay.
But our next clip is at the end of the journey. Now they've discovered what was the intent. These are not ghosts running around.
Right.
They're gaseous aliens. They're trying to get out. Gwyneth has died. Eccleston said she probably died from the moment she stepped into the archway. Rose can't really grasp that, and Dickens even mentions there's more things than you understand in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he says even you, Doctor. So now it's come to the time for them to say goodbye. That's where our next clip goes. This is the Doctor, Rose, and Dickens parting.
Right then, Charlie boy, I've just got to go into my shed. Up along.
What are you going to do now?
I shall take the mail coach back to London, quite literally post-haste. This is no time for me to be on my own. I shall spend Christmas with my family and make amends to them. After all I've learned tonight, there can be nothing more vital.
You've cheered up.
Exceedingly. This morning I thought I knew everything in the world. Now I know I've just started. All these huge and wonderful notions, Doctor. I'm inspired. I must write about them.
Do you think that's wise?
I shall be subtle at first. The mystery of Edwin Drood still lacks an ending. Perhaps the killer was not the boy's uncle. Perhaps he was not of this earth. The mystery of Edwin Drood and the blue elementals. I can spread the word. Tell the truth.
Good luck with it. Nice to meet you. Fantastic.
Bye then. And thanks.
Oh, my dear. How modern.
That's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
He says, how modern. Why? Because she kissed him. Poor Rose, stuck in 1869, doesn't know that you can't do that sort of thing.
Wow.
By the way, Eccleston redeemed himself. He went back to fantastic.
Yes, he did.
He is not saying brilliant anymore.
So now he's okay. So you okay with him now?
Yeah, okay.
Are you forgiving the Doctor?
As long as he doesn't use it again.
All right, well.
You don't want to hear Tennant saying Geronimo.
That's true. It doesn't really match his personality.
Do you want to hear Tennant or Eccleston say, "Come along, Pond"?
I don't know. We have never heard it. They didn't introduce that aspect to the storyline at that point.
Yes, I know, but just like we expect Tennant to say things like "brilliant,"
right?
Then you go back and you rewatch an old episode and you go, "Eccleston said it too." Maybe the only time he said it, but it's like, whoa, hey, I don't like that. Stop! You're messing with my world here.
I don't want to mess with your world. I just want things to go nice, smooth, and enjoyable, just like the show.
So now, again, you come into another great aspect of what I love about sci-fi, what I love about time travel. They've introduced Charles Dickens not to actual ghosts, but to, as he called them, the blue elementals.
Okay.
Aliens.
Right.
Will this affect his timeline going forward? He says now he's going to write and tell everybody about it. Rose is a little disturbed. Like, that's going to alter the timeline. So how do you fix that? You've got Dickens now that knows that aliens are real, and this is a very well-known writer, one of the most popular writers.
Well, doesn't Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor, really clarify that, but basically stating that, history doesn't change. But he still dies when history says he does.
Right, but here he is. He's talking about the novel, the book, the story that he's currently writing, Edwin Drood, a real story, and he's going to change the ending. Not make the uncle the murderer, but make it something about the blue elementals.
Interesting.
Do you know the story of Edwin Drood?
I do not.
It is unfinished. He died while writing it.
What is this, like Monty Python? When they were trying to figure out, where the Castle Og was?
Yeah, maybe he just died.
He died while carving it.
Well, he wouldn't have typed.
He wouldn't have.
He would have just said it.
Perhaps he was dictating it.
Possibly.
Boy, if you ever want to keep a woman in your life, do not show them Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
No?
No.
Why?
Because it will turn them off. There's very, very, very few females on this planet that will appreciate the comedic lunacy from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It is lunacy, and maybe that's what it is.
See, there it is. Maybe it's like you said. Perhaps he died while carving it.
I used to name my pets with a theme. I had a dog named Sir Galahad.
That's great.
I had 2 gerbils. The white one was Tim, the Enchanter, and the black one was the Black Beast of Now, fortunately or unfortunately, with my dog, I had to take him to the vet.
Right.
And so, it was like Sir Galahad the Pure. That's the name of your dog? But I never took the gerbils to the vet, so I didn't have to write out, Black Beast of I don't know how many G's and H's and A's are needed in that.
Oh, man,
is there some
that's
O's
really
in there?
Funny. There might be, but, we're from Boston, so there's no R anyway. It's always A-H.
But if we're typing it, we still have it in there.
I say we just stick with A-H. I don't know what that was, but I say we stick with the A-H. You go through the whole alphabet. Instead of Q-R-S, it's Q-A-H-S, because that's how we pronounce it.
And it's much more relaxing that way.
It is much more relaxing. That's how the alphabet is to Bostonians. Life in general needs to be relaxing. We don't like stress. It's just...
You know what I say? And I apologize beforehand. It's corny. I say we're not pirates. It's not R. We're just relaxed. It's
That's it. We're relaxed people.
We
enjoy life.
We kick back and relax. That doesn't really go over too well here in Georgia.
What doesn't?
Because I think they're a little bit more kick back and relaxed than Bostonians.
I mean, a lot of Bostonians are stuck up. Like
we were just talking about that.
We
today.
were just talking about that. A lot of females up there are stuck up and snobby. One of the reasons I moved away from that area.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them. There are some nice ones.
Which is like with everything, and you get to be a stereotype. By saying all are this, and it's never all, but just because there's some or enough of them, yeah, it starts to become that.
Yeah, but you can't. It's tough to group everybody into one lump sum.
No.
When you do that, then you kind of make yourself appear like you're better than everybody else.
Oh,
and that's
we're
not the case.
Well, clearly not you.
Right. So,
I'm better than a lot of people, but not most.
You're better than a lot of people?
I am better than a lot of people.
Like who? Who are you better than? Me?
Nah, I don't know about that. Depends on what.
Depends
Video games, probably. You don't even play them.
It depends on the time of day?
Yes. It depends on how many hours of sleep I've gotten this week.
So that can be troublesome as getting sleep on occasion. I've been awake for a while. I woke up for some
You
unknown
almost
reason.
said asleep. You're dreaming.
I'm really tired, dude. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. It's 4:47, which means we got 13 minutes left of the show,
Wow.
and I'm wicked tired.
I bet you are.
I'm wicked tired.
I've done that. I work third shift myself.
Oh, come on. We're not complaining. Fine, we have beer. We love beer, and we love...
whining.
Well, whatever. Who cares? Who cares?
I like going without sleep. It adds a new element to the day.
Dude, it has made this day really redonkulous for me.
It makes a lot more things funny that are not funny. Here's what you do. This is how you introduce your woman to the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Make sure she hasn't slept in a day. She'll find anything funny. Anybody will.
Now, that being the case, there was something I saw this morning, which I think we should get to in a second after we go over the last clip. But in reality, it's probably not that funny.
Okay.
But I could not stop laughing at it. I laughed quite hard at this idiocy that I saw this morning.
Well, you're even more tired now. So
I'm wicked tired.
Will you even be able to get through the story?
Sure, but
Okay,
I want to know.
all right, go on.
But we have a clip to go through first.
Oh, I
We
thought
have-
you want...
Don't
we
we have?
can do the clip after this. I wanna
Okay,
hear the
all
story.
right, fine.
I want to hear the
I
story.
posted this on Facebook earlier today, and for those of you listening in, this is the idiocy I saw on television. I'm sitting there watching the top 25 unknown things about Seinfeld, and all of a sudden this advertising...
Sorry, side note. Because I read something like the top 15 things you didn't know about Star Trek. Let me tell you, they should have named that, if you're Jimmy Shaw, there's the 2 things you didn't know about Star Trek. How many of those things did you already know, Lucas?
Maybe 2 or 3.
So you really didn't know a lot of these things?
Well, a lot of it had to do with like actors, and they're different actors trying to apply for different roles, and they didn't actually get the part, and then eventually they were casted into another scene.
Ooh.
So it was good stuff. At any rate, so I'm watching this, and in one of the commercials, it has to do. There's actually selling a plastic parakeet. This is a plastic bird that has some sort of sensor on it that when you move past it, its tiny little tail feathers start to shake, and then its head moves back and forth.
Is this so your one parakeet doesn't get lonely?
I don't know what it was.
Or is this like those frogs that ribbit when you walk by them on their driveway?
I hate those. But this thing, it makes the noise like a parakeet, and then it has the William Tell overture playing with it.
All right, Matt Smith.
No, the point is, it was actually
William Tell
overture playing from the parakeet. Not only that, but in the commercial,
Why?
part of the advertising of this commercial is they actually had a woman with the parakeet in a cage. In a cage. It's not even a real bird. It's not even real.
Maybe she thought it was going to fly away. Because every time she walked by it started moving.
I don't know. Maybe I was tired. But I thought that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That hurts, man.
That was ridiculous. I mean, a plastic bird, really? And you're going to advertise this on television?
Okay, no. What was their line? What was their reasoning on why you would buy this?
To have a bird. But it wasn't even real. I mean, if you have a real bird, that's
kids
different.
buy a doll or an action figure, that sort of thing?
Who knows? Maybe like, the doll they used to have back, 10 years ago, that when you lifted it up, its eyes opened up.
Those are creepy.
Those were creepy.
What's creepy is when they're laying down and their eyes are open.
That just sounds awful. Let's get to the last clip. Come on. Let's just get to the last clip.
Okay. Last clip. The doctor, a little preface here. The doctor did not mean to take Rose to 1869. He didn't mean to take her to Cardiff.
Right.
He was going to take her somewhere else. He meant to take her to 1860. Now, if you watch the beginning of the episode, Rose could care less. Because they've already been to the future. This is the end of the world. She doesn't care.
She kept saying, I don't care. I don't care.
No problem. She's like, that is fine. That is fine. But why is it? It's something that was touched upon in our latest episode. Clara mentioned it to the first Doctor.
I'm going to have to watch that again.
Okay. A faulty navigational system.
Okay.
Now, what if there were an actual episode where, you know, the TARDIS was a person and you could talk to them? Or her. Or Idris.
I know where you're coming. I know where you're going.
Yes,
I know where you're going. It was such a good... Oh my goodness, it was such a
great episode. Great episode. Every time I watch it, it gets better.
Yes.
But this is 11, Matt Smith, talking with Idris, or Sexy, or the TARDIS. However you want it.
They're on the tube directly into the tech converter.
Yes, I have actually rebuilt the TARDIS before, you know. I know what I'm doing.
You're like a 9-year-old trying to rebuild a motorbike in his bedroom. And you never read the instructions.
I always read the instructions.
There's a sign on my front door. You have been walking past it for 700 years. What does it say?
That's not instructions.
There's an instruction at the bottom. What does it say?
Pull to open.
Yes, and what do you do?
I push.
Every single time. 700 years. Police box doors open out the way.
Yeah, I think I have earned the right to open my front doors any way I want.
Your front doors? Have you any idea how childish that sounds?
You are not my mother.
You are not my child.
You know, since we're talking with mouths, not really an opportunity that comes along very often, I just want to say, you know, you have never been very reliable.
And you have?
You didn't always take me where I wanted to go.
No, but I always took you where you needed to go.
Oh.
That's awesome.
That is great. I mean, here they are, they're arguing, but this is one of the reasons why that episode was so good. He has a chance to finally talk to the TARDIS, and he tells her basically what Clara told the first Doctor. You can take this one that's a little faulty in the navigational systems, but it's okay. Why? It's faulty because it's going to get you where you need to go, not where you want to go. So this episode is a prime example. He meant to take Rose to not Cardiff in 1860.
Wasn't it a different year? Like he was supposed to go to like 1863 and then ended up in 1869?
He was supposed to go to 1860 in somewhere else. Not even Cardiff.
Really?
And he ended up in 1869 in Cardiff. So the Doctor didn't even like that. Go back to the death clip. He didn't want to die in Cardiff. So now here's another interesting thing about that clip, right? The Doctor talks about dying. So this is a new introduction to the Doctor Who world for many people.
Right.
Do they even know what happens when the Doctor dies? Now, clearly, he was not going to be, what do you call it?
What do you mean?
Not regenerating.
Oh, you're converting?
Yeah. He was not going to be converting at this time, but it leaves that open that, like, ooh, the Doctor can die. So, like, for true Whovians, people who knew the show beforehand, they knew that if he dies, he's just going to, you know, convert. But for those of the new Whovians out there, they didn't know what might happen if he died in Cardiff. He seemed so genuinely upset about that. So that's basically a lot of the stuff I liked about that episode. Was there anything else that you wanted to chime in about?
When it comes to this episode, no. I mean, other than the fact that, I mean, the episode itself was a creep fest, but
I almost couldn't get through it the first time.
I mean, the very first couple of minutes freaked me
out. Oh, man,
out.
that little creepy lady.
Yes.
What, they have to use an old person. Or a young person. If they used a regular middle-aged person, I don't think it would have been as terrifying.
They keep doing that. They keep bringing, like, older people back in and really basically show how, given the right circumstances, they can really scare the life out of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, let's face it, kids and old people are scary.
Yeah.
We just don't like to admit it. And therefore, when Doctor Who throws it right at us...
Well, you know, that's really what...
They're creepy.
What Doctor Who does is it makes us afraid of things we weren't afraid of before.
Or things that we were kind of sketchy on and then tells you that's why.
Like statues.
Like statues.
And the dark.
Like, ever trip over anything? And then you turn around and it wasn't there? Well, where do you think all the dead silence went?
Oh, boy, that's...
You just tripped over one of those things and you can't remember from when you turned around. He's just decomposing there.
Wow.
You ever smell and can't find the where it comes from?
Well, we smelled something when we came in earlier.
That was horrific.
That was disgusting.
Oh my God.
There was something like some pipe had
water seeping out of the ground at our studio.
There was some pipe that actually broke outside of our building, and it smelled like awful, terrible sewage.
I want to say bubbling up out of the ground, even though it wasn't really bubbling up out of the ground, but it was bubbling up out of the ground.
Bubbling sewage.
It was nasty.
Which tried to call the office to basically say, hey, you need to get somebody out here to get this fixed. And, well, they didn't answer the phone. Then I drove up there, and nobody was there.
Well, that's probably why they didn't answer the phone.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they knew about it and just wanted to avoid it.
I'll tell you, I have been in swamps that smelled better than that.
I've never been in a swamp.
Never been in a swamp?
Well, maybe. I used to work for the water company, and, like I went into some of the
swamps.
No, I went into, maybe some of the wetlands and had to do some surveying. And it was really, really... Well, I didn't like it. How about that?
Okay, well, I grew up in Lowell, and it was the Lowell-Drake-Tingsboro State Forest.
Okay.
And there were streams, there were little lakes or ponds going through there, and then some of them were, basically swamps.
Okay.
And they don't always smell good.
I can't imagine...
There's that muck, that mire, then there's pollution. That really bothers me. The pollution, the people that litter when there's a trash can right there.
There is a trash can.
When I take my daughter to the park, if we're walking and we're on our way to a trash can, we just pick up trash.
Okay.
Because this is the park we go to. This is where we are. This is the place that we go to relax. I don't want to see it all trashed up. And I know they have people that come and do this, but...
Depending on the location.
Right. So just because you know people are coming, does that mean you can't pick it up? Well, if everybody did that, we'd have the world we're in. So... Never mind, I'll get off my soapbox.
How in the world did we stem from Doctor Who, time travel, to picking up garbage and a swamp that leaks out and reeks out some disgusting, foul-smelling odor?
Quite easily. We're drinking UFO beer.
Yeah, we are drinking beer.
It's UFO beer. It can take us anywhere.
I've been told we're not supposed to mention that, but I don't know if there's any regulation, rule, or law against mentioning the fact that we've had some sort of beverage to consume.
I don't think there is.
No. At any rate...
I don't think. Does anybody have a problem with that? I mean...
If you have a problem with that...
Let us know.
Go to our Facebook page. Better yet, go to the page that you logged on to listen to this and send us a message telling whether or not you have a problem with what we're saying to you right now.
That is another way to message us.
Yes. You can go to our page. You can go to our Facebook page. You can even email us.
You can text us if you know our number.
Yeah, if you have our number, go ahead and text us. Call us now.
You can personal message us on Facebook if you know who we are.
Exactly. Well,
we don't mind.
If they know who we are, then they know that our show just ended. So that's it for us tonight, folks. Yes, we've been here an hour, so we are done. We want to say thank you for listening in. We appreciate your time. We appreciate all the people across the globe listening in and all of our listeners here on Facebook. We thank you. We appreciate you. Next week, what are we going to talk about? What's the next episode?
We're going to talk about the next episode.
I don't even know what the next episode is. We're going to have to look it up first and post it.
We'll post it on Facebook to let you know what we're watching. But
in the meantime, wibbly wobbly,
timey wimey,
and
tra.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're really a fantastic audience.
I am down with that.
That's probably the most applause I'm going to hear all evening, so I'm going to be smart and say goodnight.
Dull. Oh, God, it was dull.
That's because you're drunk.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're really a fantastic audience.
May find the Holy Grail in the castle of...
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble.
In your presence, the nakedness of this girl. Are we in Scotland? How can you be ignorant of that?